Democrats are scrambling to avoid a government shutdown before funding expires tomorrow. They're now pushing a short-term funding vote.
To prevent a government shutdown, Senate Democrats will be introducing a continuing resolution that keeps the government open until early December.
But preventing the shutdown would only clear one of the many hurdles Democrats face. For months, progressives have threatened to tank the $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill if moderate Democrats continue to stall on the $3.5 trillion budget deal. And today, with just one day before a scheduled vote on that infrastructure bill, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi put her foot down. Pelosi said the two bills must be considered simultaneously. According to the Huffington Post, Pelosi implied there does need to be an agreement on legislative language for the budget bill in order for the infrastructure vote to occur. But Senator Manchin, who has insisted he can't vote for the spending bill as is, says that legislative language won't happen by tomorrow.
What we need to do is pass the bipartisan infrastructure bill, sit down and start negotiating in good faith.
So while progressives appear to have scored a win today, this celebration may be short-lived. And that would be a shame because progressives are pushing for the Build Back Better plan, which would address health care, child care, and higher education. One particular benefit would be to provide $35 billion for child nutrition programs and funding for urban agriculture and equitable food access. This would help achieve food equity, something that is very much still lacking in many of our communities, especially those that are considered food deserts. According to the CDC, nearly half of all black people are obese, a crisis. And this is in part due to living in these food deserts, where junk food is plentiful and healthy options are limited. So why isn't more being done to end food inequity? According to my next two guests, when it comes to the food we eat, the Jim Crow era never ended. Here with me now is the executive producer of the food documentary Better, Jonathan Bailor, and community activist and founder of Rise and Root Farm, Karen Washington. Karen, you've gone so far as to call this food issue food apartheid. How can this Biden plan help to change that?
Because it's not food deserts. And I think the reason why I call it food apartheid, because we have to peel back and look at the reality that is happening within our communities. It's based on racism. It's based on the color of one's skin. It's based on economics, how much money you make, and it's based on where you live. And this has been going on for a long time. And when you talk about food deserts, now they're calling the term food swamps, food mirage. It doesn't get at the heart of the problem, which is hunger and poverty in this country.
So, Jonathan, one solution might be to subsidize the growing supplying of healthier options. Is that a real solution that is anywhere on the horizon?
Well, I think we do need to take a step back, and I firmly agree with Karen here in the sense that until we really understand the severity of this issue, it's hard to come up with the level of solutions we need. So terms like food apartheid are spot on. We are literally poisoning a great deal of our population while they slowly die, and nothing is being done. Food is not even the right term to be used. We're providing processed chemicals to minority communities en masse and subsidizing that. And we deserve better as a country.
So just explain that a little bit. I mean, what does it mean to say that we are basically selling processed poison to people? I mean, a lot of people don't untangle what people mean when they say food desert or shortage of food or whatever because of the obesity issue. They say, oh, well, people are clearly eating a lot, and they don't connect the fact that eating a lot and eating well is not the same thing. Just explain that a little bit to our viewers, why it is that you could eat a whole lot and also, be lacking in nutrition and basically starving and being poisoned.
it's entirely possible to consume an abundance of calories, which are also then saturated with chemicals provided by big food, which essentially break your brain, they break your digestive system, and they break the hormonal balance in your body. This results in a disease known as obesity, as well as a disease known as diabetes, which is also disproportionately unfairly affecting Black and Latinx communities. So people ignorantly see humans, and they see those humans are wide, and they say, well, clearly these people have enough food, and that's unfortunately just blatantly ignorant. They have sufficient calories, but they have a deficiency of nutrition, and they have no other choice and no other recourse. So until we really understand the depth of this problem and the fundamental misunderstanding we have between the distinction of food and edible chemicals, we're never going to be able to address this problem.
Karen, how does this show up in the communities you serve? Has there been a change in prevalence of better options or not?
We are still under the wraps of a subsidized charity-based food system, and COVID just exacerbated that. Granted, I understand the work that food pantries and soup kitchens do. They do a tremendous work. However, prior to COVID, they were like everyday shopping centers. And so for me, it's to make sure that there is adequate amount of food within our community. When people say, "Oh, you have food," no, we don't have food. We have the junk food, we have the processed food, we have the fast food. We don't have healthy food options. And until we address the inequities that we see, folks, everyone knows where the crappy food goes up. It doesn't go in affluent white neighborhoods. It ends up in our neighborhood. And as a result, we have diet-related diseases, and it's costing the country trillions and trillions of dollars to fix it. And so what I'm trying to do is educate my community to let them understand that they have a right. Food, healthy food is a human right, and they have to advocate for that.
Jonathan, one of the things about junk is that the corporations have made it incredibly cheap, right? There's a dollar menu at every drive-through. Candies are relatively cheap. Chips are very cheap. And in many urban centers, healthy options are relatively expensive. How do we fix that?
The good news, although, well, part of it is depressing, is this is very fixable because it's actually not big food that has made these processed products inexpensive. It's actually our government through various subsidies. So there is a very deliberate effort being placed upon subsidizing the raw materials that are used to create these edible products. We could very easily redirect those funds to actually subsidizing food, actual food, the type of food that Karen grows in her gardens and that she advocates for. It's a relatively simple solution. It's just not one that's getting the attention it deserves.
Karen, you mentioned before that the pandemic has exacerbated the problem. Dig into that a little bit. What do you mean by that? How did it get worse because of the pandemic?
Because of the fact it made people now understand, first of all, how important food is. And when they didn't have access to healthy food, they went to food pantries and soup kitchens. And a lot of that food pantry and soup kitchens byproduct is subsidized food with no nutritional value. Granted, I understand we were at a point in time where people needed anything to eat. But at the end of the day, a lot of that food is empty calories. And so we really have to make sure that we understand what the main problem is. And I say time and time again that the food system is not broken and needs to be fixed. The food system is doing exactly what it is. It's a caste system. And it doesn't need to be fixed. It needs to change. And that change comes with putting power back into the hands of our community. For so long, we've been complacent and silent. We have let the government, lobbyists control our food system. That has to change. And our voices have to be more active in demanding better choices.
Jonathan, give me your assessment of the $3.5 mid-trillion spending piece of legislation that is now stalled. We don't know if it's going to pass. But give me your assessment of it. Does it go far enough or a decent way down the road in fixing many of the problems that you just outlined here tonight on this show?
It doesn't go far enough. I mean, Karen has publicly stated that food and water are basic human rights, and I couldn't agree with her more fully. Food and water are basic human rights. What are available in these food apartheid areas aren't food. Like the term food should not even be used. They're edible chemicals. Every American deserves access to food.
Karen, I want you to weigh in on that as well. You know, how do you assess this spending plan? I mean, I must say, I think that the effort it has the right intention, but how do you grade it in terms of what its effect would be?
It's a start because we're starting having conversations where capital and spending is putting into the hands of a marginalized community. However, how those dollars are going to be trickled out, for me, a lot of it is about education. I go around educating my community, first of all, to take away those words, those outside terms that people always label us as being poor, marginalized. I look at my community as being strong and resilient because for so long they've done so much without anything. And for me, it's about economic development. You know, they tell us that, well, you know, in order to be food secure, all you have to do is eat fresh vegetables, exercise, and drink water, and woo, you're going to change the food system. You're not going to change the food system until you look at the structural determinants that reinforce racism in today's society. And so for me, I want an economic engine. So we talk about urban agriculture. It's not about growing food. How do we build wealth? That's the main problem that we have, the inequity when it comes to wealth building in our communities. Yeah, give us food. That means nothing. You know, our hands out. We want our hands in the decision making, and we also want to be able to build social capital and communal wealth. I want to come out of this program.
Karen Washington and Jonathan Bailor, thank you both for this very important conversation, and I really appreciate it.